If you sit in the back pew or the front pew, it's your voice we want to hear. The phone lines are open, so call 244-0077. Now, here's J. Michael McCoy.
All right, 22 minutes for the top of the hour. Salem Radio Network News at 4, and then Pastor Michael Mudloff with True Blue. We don't usually have two different groups on today, but I wanted to kind of focus on a couple of local ministries. I'm not going to do this every Thursday because the view from a pew is too close to my heart to have pastors and preachers and teachers come in and show Frank he's wrong. My biggest joy every day, I go home and on Thursdays and my wife says, "How was work?" "Good, we found another 8 ways Frank was wrong." And so, no, Frank's great. I love Frank. But we do have fun with those preachers and teachers.
Yes.
Yeah. And tomorrow, I just want to tell you, Fritz Trost is coming in, and we're going to do the 11
something of the Jesus
cross.
on the cross, the
Yeah,
last things
Jesus,
he said.
Yeah. And so the whole hour is kind of be a live production. And Nathan Thomas from Berean is sending us some of his music that he plays, and that'll be the background. And we've never done anything like this. It's kind of like when NBC did Peter Pan. I mean, in a way, that's what it is. Because what we're going to do tomorrow, you would produce in pieces, and then Ryan had put it together, and then we'd present it. Yeah. But we didn't have time to do that this week. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And it's going to be fun, and I'll ask your grace up front for when we mess up. Because I have to read from the Bible, and I don't read very well. All right. These next guys, Skye, Alison, and Jeff Freed, both local guys, they started an evangelistic tool, which they say is I got to watch my S's here, seed sowing system. And it's called iOutreach. And website is iOutreachinc.org. So iOutreachinc.org. And you can check them out. But basically, well, hi, guys. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Great. Good. Nice to see you. Get a little closer to the mic. What you have that really attracted me is you have cards, business-sized cards,
right,
that you would leave in places where seekers, people who do not yet know the gospel, would find these cards. And I'm looking at one in particular. And it says, "Are you looking for answers to the deeper questions?" And then on the back it says, "Who cares? Why am I here? Who loves me? And what is my purpose?" And then people go to a website called answer2mystery.com. And they put in a code. And there's a video that plays. And I watched the video. Jeff, you're the voice behind the video.
Yeah, that's right.
Great voice, by the way.
Thank you.
And it answers all those questions for him. And the video, what was the video, like 7 minutes?
5 minutes, a little over 5.
Yeah, it wasn't very long, which is great. I mean, I'm old, so I can watch something for a couple hours. But nowadays,
right,
you know, there's a 3-5 minute attention span, and it's on social media, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then what I think is really cool is when you put this code in, that's a code that lets me, who's handed out the card, know how many times somebody who got the card took the time to go to the website and watch the video.
That's correct.
That's really cool.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, because, you know, I leave tracks around sometimes. Well, what I do is I have little... Here, I'll show you this in the camera if you're watching. But this is thanks to Jill up at King's Christian Bookstore. I have little Bible verses. You don't have to zoom in on that. But that's a Bible verse. And I have probably 50 different Bible verses on different slips of paper. Little sheets. And for those of you that aren't watching, this is about a third of the size of a business card, maybe a little smaller. The one I just pulled out of my book here is from Psalm 91:1. It says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." Well, as I reach in my pocket here, I'll show you my secret weapon. This is gum glue. And gum glue,
of course,
gum glue is like rubber glue. It's not permanent. And so I'm like the God graffiti guy, and I go around in elevators, grocery stores, all kinds of places, and I just slap a little bit of glue on the back of this, and I'll stick it there. In fact, you may have seen one coming in here because I hit my elevator over here all the time with it. And, of course, this week, my message that I've been sticking around is Matthew 28, 6 and 7. He has risen. Just as he said, he has risen from the dead. But I never know who sees him. Mm-hmm. I never know who's been blessed by that. The thing I love about yours is you know that somebody has taken the time to pick up this card, watch the video, and then can they make comments also if they want to, or you just know they come there?
They can. Yeah, at the end of the presentation, there is a free gift for anyone who fills that out. There's 2 questions. Did you connect with the message? And I think the second one is, did you pray? Did you ask the Lord to come into your life? Something like that. And then there's a third box that's an open window. They can ask any question or say anything they want to. They can say, forget you, I hate this.
Yeah.
Anything they want to say, they can say that.
Hey, I'd love to get an agnostic or an atheist to take the time to at least watch the video.
To see it,
If
sure.
they get to the point where they say, I hate this, that's a thumbs up for me.
Okay.
Means we did our job.
All right. Yeah. Now, here's the thing that I think is cool. Someone like me, and I'm going to, by the way, can buy some of these cards.
Sure.
Now, is the code that's on the card then made to me?
It is.
You make the code. You decide what the code is.
Okay.
And it checks on the database to see if the code's already been made by somebody else, so it's not using the same code. And that way, anytime that code is used, it's referring back to you.
And then do I have access to the website to look up that information?
Yeah, there's a dashboard that you have access to, that when you sign to go through the free registration, you're able to access your code and find out how effective it is, and if you got some things that worked.
The people that responded...
Frank, would you like to ask something?
Yes.
Please do.
The people that respond to this, do they feel better that it's kind of, I don't want to say impersonal, but sometimes people get put off when somebody's in their face trying to proselytize them. Do the people that respond to this feel better that they're kind of behind anonymity and they can kind of look at their leisure?
Well, when we began, we felt like that this would be a plus for us to create the anonymity for those that wanted, that way they can take a card or they can leave the card. If I'm giving cards away, I can leave it at the restaurant table, or Frank, I could hand one to you as a neighbor or someone that I work with or what have you. And I actually gave one to a coworker, and she had it for 3 months before she looked at it. But she did look at it in 3 months. She kept it, Most people would toss it away, but it's a card that's significant enough that it's not like a piece of paper.
Right. It's a nice card.
Yeah.
It's a heavy stock. It's got great graphics to it.
Mm-hmm. So, 3 months later, she looked at it in her own private space and time. I didn't know anything about it until afterwards. And she asked Christ to come into her life.
So you're just simply planting seeds and waiting for Christ to do the germination.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't you love that? Just seed sowing. It's up to the Lord to bring us.
And it's not us. It's not up to us as Christians to follow them around and make sure they check it out.
That's right.
No, that's right.
But
you just love people.
Don't you think it's cool? Is this just an ego thing for me? I don't want it to be, because the ego is edging God out. But I think it's cool that if I leave one of these somewhere...
Yes, that's right.
And then I find out somebody...
Because my grandmother gave Bible lessons to some of her family members for years. And some of those people didn't become baptized until after her death. She never got to see the results or the fruits of her labor. And you may not see those results in your lifetime.
Correct.
All right, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, I'm dying to ask this question. I want to know where this came from. Whose brainchild was this? I want to know the genesis of this, because this is a project of love and passion. All right, because there's no revenue here. This isn't sponsored by anybody. This isn't underwritten. A church doesn't have their logo on it. This is purely evangelical. This is Matthew 28 right here. And I want to know where this idea was birthed from, because I'm just curious like that. All right, we're coming back live here on The Truth, 99.3, J. Michael McCoy. Thanks for listening. Love this job. Couldn't do it without you. Right here on webcast1live.com.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can return the grandkids, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We'll help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hey, psst. Let me let you in on a little secret. You ready? Always try to do business with people, not places. Especially if you seek honest Christian business people. And when it comes to my car, I really need to trust who's working on it. Now, my family is so blessed. A few years ago, we found a family-owned automobile repair shop that operates as a Christian business also. Open, honest, reliable, trustworthy. It's AMCO on Hickman Road in front of Kmart. And it's a family-owned Christian operating business. This family treats your car as if it was their car. Everything from oil changes to transmission repair and everything in between. So the next time you feel the need to be at peace with your choice of who you can trust with your car, give AMCO on Hickman a chance to serve you. And tell them Max sent you.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
If you sit in the back pew or the front pew, it's your voice we want to hear. The phone lines are open, so call 244-0077. Now, here's J. Michael McCoy.
We have breaking news. Frank has a new name. Because what's your last name?
Holzhauser.
I don't even, what is that? Is that
That's
Puerto
German
Rican?
for wood in your house.
How about wood in your head?
That too.
But your middle name is?
Thomas.
So we're just now going to call him Frank
Thomas.
There, I just love it. I just love it. New name is born. All right. And of course, thanks to Pastor Michael Mudloff, he's called The Verse. No longer The Voice. All right. Now, you guys work together in a for-profit setting. I mean, you guys are, what, financial planners? No?
No, I'm in the commercial insurance field.
All right. And Jeff?
I'm in consulting with businesses, help them with lead generation.
Okay. All right. And so how do you two know each other, first of all?
Well, it goes back a few years. I was actually Jeff's pastor at one time.
Okay.
And and my
Here in Des Moines?
In Des Moines, yes.
Okay.
My last pastorate, following my resignation, as a pastor, I always led people to the Lord. That was a passion of mine, always has since I found the Lord. And I knew...
You didn't find him, he found you.
He found me, yes, he did.
All
I'm
right.
so thankful. I just didn't know very much about websites, the internet, and all that stuff. And so I sat down to lunch with Jeff one day, told him how I came to know the Lord, and said, is it possible to communicate that via internet? And he said, yeah, sure. And so that's what birthed iOutreach Incorporated right there. We began our R&D, discovered that very few churches, if they even have a gospel presentation, just have a very rational kind of cognitive approach, ABC 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. And we wanted something that really conveyed the heart of the gospel and touched people where they live.
You know, Skye, and I know you've found this in your life, but it's amazing how many churches don't even understand Matthew 28. It's just another verse in the Bible.
That's right.
They're there. I call them let's go back up. My church is a battleship and a hospital for the sick and the weak and the hurt and the ones that are broken. Okay, too many churches are cruise ships. Come on in. You found Jesus now. Let's just have a good time every Sunday for an hour, and a couple times a year we'll clean the yard, and then we'll do the pancake thing. And they don't understand what the Great Commission is. And you guys have taken the Great Commission to the next level. I just think this is awesome. So where was it birthed from? So it was your idea in your head, or Jeff, did you develop it? I mean, you could both take credit. I'm not trying to single one or the out, but
I would say we both sat down and figured it out. It was one of these things where we didn't understand the process of how to make it easy. And when I say easy, I don't mean that that you have to have the gospel be easy. It's about taken the most timid person and given them something that allows them to feel comfortable sharing the gospel, given them something that makes it intuitive for the user, that they can be able to. So we sat there and thought about it, and I don't remember exactly how that came about.
Okay.
Well, you, Jeff, came up with the card idea.
Yeah, the card idea.
It was awesome. The card idea is Jeff's. I didn't think of the card idea. I just knew that there's a story to be told, and I didn't know if we could do that.
All right, now, if somebody listening wants to watch the video, do I need to give them one of the codes so they can do that?
No, just to get the gift is where they just need if they want to receive the free gift, they need the code.
Okay, so go to answer the number 2 mystery, and that doesn't mean THENUMBER TWO. I know that's what you were thinking, Frank, but it's the number. You know what I'm saying? You know what a number 2 looks like? Like a question mark with a little pedestal. I got to help Frank with stuff like this.
Yeah.
Sorry. But it's answer2mystery.com. www. Go there and watch the video, because the video is just like, I mean, it's so simple. You know? Who produced that? Did you?
We had a company that was down in Kansas City that helped us with that.
Professional production.
I did the voiceover, and my wife did the other part of the voiceover, and Skye wrote the script.
Okay.
And we did very little other than that. And
Jesus did the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
How long has this been in effect? Or in
We've I think that was produced about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
About 7 years ago.
Do you know how many cards you've printed since then?
I can't say for sure.
Do you know how many people have responded? Hundreds?
Hundreds, probably.
Maybe thousands?
Well, hundreds have seen the site and everything like that. Whether we're still in the process of getting the word out there. We're still young in this area.
Well, baby, you just came to the right place.
Yeah.
Because that's Mac's job, is getting the word out.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
we appreciate this.
I'm a big electric megaphone.
So do you have a follow-up ministry of people that want to get a little bit more?
What, are you looking for a job? This isn't good enough? You don't have enough time being on the radio?
I mean, people who are interested, something that you said, something that Christ spoke to them, and they want to follow up on it. Do you have some follow-up?
Oh, thanks for asking, Frank.
Yes.
Actually, we do. If you go to our iOutreach iOutreachinc.org site, that's the site for believers who are, looking at this, registering. Doesn't cost you anything to register. It's free. And then if you purchase the cards, then you're going to pay a little bit. It's not huge, but you'll pay for the cards. And that's all that's in it for us,
Well, no, I was talking more in the realm of somebody who Christ has spoke to them in one of these verses.
Okay.
And they want a follow-up ministry.
Uh-huh.
A visit from somebody, talk to somebody on the phone. Do you have some program for that you've?
I'd say there are 3 things that would answer your question. One is when they click submit, they're going to get a free gift. The one that's on this particular site, and we've got 2 more that we're working on presently, additional presentations. But the one that's on there now has to do with
what on earth am I here for?
What on earth am I here for? Yeah, that's what they're going to get downloaded automatically when they click submit. The second thing that they're going to is going to happen is that when they click submit, it's going to come to my telephone. I'm going to know right away that someone responded, and I'm going to have their email address so I can contact them.
Yeah.
The third thing is on that iOutreach Inc. site, there are some incredible resources there developed over 25 years of pastoral ministry.
Well, guys, I think it's awesome. It's iOutreachinc.org. I like me, you, I. Not EYE, Frank, just
Okay.
I. Okay.
Keep that in mind.
iOutreachinc.org. And go to it, check it out. And after about 3 or 4 weeks, when you run into me, ask me for one of the cards. Are you looking for answers to deeper question? And I hope I have some on me. Guys, thanks. God bless you both for being here. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having us.
Yes, appreciate it.
Tomorrow, the 11 Stations of the Cross with Fritz Trost, music by Nathan Thomas. We're going to try to do like a live thing right here on the radio, and we hope you take a time to join us. Until then, you know what I'm going to ask you. Find somebody that you can't forgive, somebody that you've been carrying a resentment against for so long that they're living rent-free in your brain. And tonight, get on your knees and give it to Jesus. And you shall be forgiven as you forgive others. We'll see you tomorrow.